Ladies and gentlemen, she hails from the north of Sacramento area. Her and her husband, Mr. Brad, they're a great couple. She is a fireball. She's a community leader. She helps with her father-in-law. She also has a daughter that she loves dearly. She also, as like I said, community leader, but she also gives back to the community. And she got her list of accolades go on and on. So without further ado, can we give a warm ACN welcome to none other than Miss Keri Roeder, Regional Vice President.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I am finishing up my networking group, and I decided to not go out in my whole car today and sit in the lobby. So as you see stuff happening in the background, that's why I'm in the lobby of a place where I do a networking, which I hope every single one of you are finding ways to get out there and network and expose your ACN business for both customers and business partners. Every second and fourth Tuesday of every month, I have to get up super early, set the alarm, and head out to this event. But it's absolutely incredible because a lot of the bulk of where my customers like to come from now comes from this actual networking event. I've been a part of it for over 10 years now, and I've been able to establish some really great relationships and have customers, some of which are behind me right now. I'm doing our meeting. But I am super excited to be here this morning again. And yeah, last week we ended up talking about outwitting the devil. That was crazy that Mr. Thomas and I are so connected that what he had said actually sparked me into shifting my conversation and talking about what I had just read out of the book that morning, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. So if you haven't read that yet, it's a great one to read. And yes, rubber band money, that was correct as well, because I was giggling that Mr. Thomas had all his money when he was traveling internationally in a rubber band because his money clip, all the cash he carries, which is exciting. But so this morning, there's been another God shift in what I'm going to talk about. And so what's interesting is that every morning when I wake up, bye ladies, every morning when I wake up, you know, as most of you know, as I'm trying to wake up, I'm getting out of bed, I wake up with gratitude, and I talk to God and the angels, and I say what I'm grateful for. And I go through that list and everything. And then what I do is I talk about I talk about my blessings, and I talk about my expectations for my blessings. And when you read Outwitting the Devil, that will make sense right there. But when I talk about, when I wake up, and then I get up and I have my coffee and I do my personal development and my reading, and I notate, you know, in my journal every day, my expectations for success, not just in finances and ACN, but just in health and joy and love and safety and all these things. One of the things that I ask is that God give me direction every day to for me to be the best version of myself and to help other people do the same. Lead me to the path where I meet the right people and I can say the right thing to make a difference in other people's lives. So oddly enough, here we are this morning. I'm at my networking group, and one of the women in our group is actually a trained hypnotist. And so she was supposed to talk today. And so we all got here, and she actually went through a hypnotherapy session with our group. And originally the group had wanted to do weight loss. And when she started thinking about it, not everybody in the group needs weight loss. And so she offered to do hypnotherapy on abundance, which made me super excited because that is one of the things that on attracting abundance. And that's one of the things that I focus on. And she read through kind of what hypnosis is, and then she put us in the hypnotic state. And then she read from her book, How to Attract Abundance. And I wanted to talk with you all about that because I've been hypnotized before. And in my years of studying for both in psychology, both my BA and my master's, I had to do some training on relaxation and stuff like that. And as you all know, I'm a mindset freak, right? Even before ACN, I was a mindset freak. My dad was a Vietnam War vet, and I won't give you those details, but I'll just say that it was really bad, the stuff we had to do over there. And so he raised me and my siblings that you're entitled to a bad moment, but not a bad day. So you are 100% in control of your attitude and your mindset. And even if you have a flat tire first thing in the morning, you can still end up having an absolute fabulous day. And my kiddo, who you all know is in college, She's 19, in her second year in college down in Santa Barbara, Catholic City College. No, that's not funny, but for her whole life, I've always taught her mindset because for 13 years of her life, I've been doing ACN and we've really focused on mindset. And so listening, even in the hypnotic state, listening to, her name is Bristol, listening to Bristol talk about how you attract abundance, even though I was in my subconscious state, I was still very well aware that none of it was new to me. None of it was new to me. And it felt so great to know that I'm already in a position that I have chosen to be consciously aware of my mindset, consciously aware of attracting abundance. So today's conversation is simply about, there's different ways you can control your mind. And when you read Outwitting the Devil, when you understand hypnosis, a lot of people do show up with false ideas of what their life is actually like, based on, don't let a bad moment turn into a bad day. But a lot of people have false ideas of memories of events. And so they turn those false ideas into their reality. And so the work we do in ACN, and when we talk about mindset, we're trying to unwrite some of those false ideas that people in your life gave you and that you adopted, you believed, and now you own, that you don't deserve abundance, that you don't deserve success in ACN, that you don't deserve love, that you don't deserve happiness, that you don't deserve all these things, when indeed you do. You do. And listening to this hypnotherapy this morning, it was interesting because mindset really is a choice. Now, is it a snap of the fingers, you get to choose differently and life is perfect? No. But is it something that you can absolutely work on from day to day, moment to moment, and not buy into the negativity of other people? It's funny, when I was walking in out of my car, another woman was walking in and I said, "Good morning," my typical hi, right from the park across the parking. How are you? She's like, her answer was just like super negative. And I was like, there we go. That's just the world we live in. Well, I did not let that affect me. When I walked into the room and saw everybody else, I was like, still my happy, Keri self, because that's the choice. That's the choice. We can choose to buy into the BS that other people have tried to feed us, because misery loves company, right? So when this hypnosis thing was done, I shared with the group, what I do is mindset, and I talked about my daughter, and I taught her mindset her whole life, and she gets irritated with me sometimes because you and your mindset, blah, 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 right? But here's the thing: we get to choose how we respond to other people's negativity or positivity, but other people's negativity, and we get to choose what we give out. So I was sharing with the group, I said, when I interact with somebody, I was at the grocery store the other day, and of course, how are you? And I was like, I'm fabulous. How are you? And she's like, I don't even know what fabulous feels like. And I tapped between my temples, and I was like, it's right here. What fabulous feels like is a choice. So I was sharing with the group that, I know I irritate people, and I think it's kind of funny when I irritate people, because they'll see the ones I irritate are the negative ones, are the people who love living in their misery and that don't want to fix what's broken in their mind to have a better quality of life, right? You fix what's broken here, you fix what's broken here, and you can have abundance on the outside of that. So I can't see my time, so I don't know, where are we with time here? Okay, so my point being in today's conversation is that whatever tools you're going to use, you find some tools that are going to be effective for you and use them. But consistent, ACN is, here's one of my customers. Say hi to my impact house customer right there. But whatever tools you're going to use to start to do the shift that is necessary to get your mind right, use them. But just like I say this in ACN, in order for you to become profitable in ACN, it takes consistent effort over a long enough period of time. Changing your mindset to attract abundance. And she wasn't in her talk, she wasn't just talking about financial abundance. She was talking about abundance of love, and abundance of joy, and an abundance of health, and abundance of seeing the beauty outside. and all of these things. But in order for you to have the mind shift that they think you're all on here for, because otherwise, why would you get on every morning, this early in the morning? And for those of you in Japan, good God, it's the middle of the night, right? If you weren't looking for some sort of mindset shift. So whatever it is you're going to choose, whatever tool or multiple tools is even better. When you bring in multiple different modalities of learning, your brain, your conscious mind, all of that can help rewrite it faster. But whatever tools you're going to use them, but use them consistently. But how are you starting your day? Are you starting your day with the news on, right? About 10 years ago at one of the international training conventions, Mr. Provenzano addressed that. He's like, listen, if you start your day with the news and you're starting it with all the, the negativity, with the deaths and the accidents and the murders and the, just all the badness. And then they give like 2 seconds of something positive. So if you start your day off with the news, yes, it's a little shocker for y'all. Whatever's happening in your world, even if you don't watch news, trust me, you're going to hear people talking about it throughout the day. So it's not like you're missing anything. Oh, I watch it for the weather. Really? It's called a weather app. Okay. So how are you starting your day? Are you starting your day with something positive that you can go throughout your day equipped and empowered and protecting your mind from other people's negativity? Or are you starting your day with negativity, and then as you go throughout the day and other people's negativity, are you allowing that in? So how are you starting your day? How are you ending your day? Are you ending your day, watching, crazy stuff on TV that's unhealthy? Or are you ending your day with your own positive thoughts as you allow yourself to fall asleep? Are you reading before you go to sleep? Are you listening to stuff? We all have different ways of managing this, but what is your way? What are your ways, and how are they being effective, and are you using them often? Because how you start in my journey, and how you start your day and how you end your day determines what your day looks like in between. Okay. So again, when somebody greets you, what is your answer? Are you saying something with absolute shoulders back, chin up, bright, shiny eyes and a big smile saying, I'm absolutely fabulous? Or are you like, I'm fine, it's okay, blah, blah, hanging in there? By the way, what does hanging in there mean? Like, literally, like I'm going to venture a guess, and I've known him for 13 years. Some of you have known him longer than me. I'm going to venture a guess that none of us have ever seen Mr. Al Thomas have a negative reaction when somebody asks, how you doing? Has a negative reaction when somebody, that saw AC and said, I'm ready to get started, and then they ghost him the next day. Doesn't have a negative reaction, right? I'm sure when somebody says, I'll be a customer, and then they go to sign up, and maybe the service isn't available in that area, I'm sure he doesn't have a negative reaction. How many of us agree that most of us are going towards the lifestyle that Mr. Thomas has, right? Well, once we get our mindset right of positivity and abundance and sending out, I talked about that on one of the calls. When you give out, when you give, the universe will automatically provide it back. It may not be in direct relation to what you just gave out, but it will give back to you, maybe in a different form. So today's brief conversation is just basically about what tools are you using to get your mindset right? Because, in the little why you use hypnosis thing, she talks about the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is an analytical mind, right? The subconscious automatically controls most of our activities. So our emotions, our feelings, our sensations, our habits. The conscious mind believes what it's told and proceeds to act as if it were true. So here's the thing. How can you shift your subconscious thinking? When you, it talks about when you're under hypnosis, it gives you the idea that you're believing what you're hearing. Whatever the subconscious, whatever has been subconsciously accepted as truth becomes the critical faculty's basis for judging all other ideas coming in. So as I said in the beginning, most of us have been told lies throughout growing up, right? You can't accomplish this. You shouldn't be, your money is evil. Whatever lies were told to you, okay, growing up, we heard them over and over again. And so as adults, we tend to believe them true. They're not true. They're not true. You can absolutely live whatever quality of life you want. It's your choice. It becomes absolutely your choice. It becomes, what are you doing in here to fix your thinking, to then do the activities you need to do to have the quality of life that is that you're looking for. What abundance are you looking for? Are you looking for abundance of joy? Well, that's a choice. Well, I have nothing to be joyful about. Really? Really? If you really were to take inventory of what you have to be joyful about, I think you would be pleasantly surprised. My daughter in college, she's going through normal teenage, young adult struggles, right? And so even just last night, I said, you know what, babe, why don't you start journaling? Why don't you start journaling every single day? And I think you'll like something that's positive in your life. And I think you'll start to notice you do have so much to be grateful for. So again, whatever tools you're going to use in order to create the correct mindset in order to attract what it is you're looking to attract, just do it consistently and do it over a long enough period of time. It's like exercise. If you want to lose weight, you want to be physically healthier, and you go to the gym one time, woo, you're going to see a difference, right? If you skip that soda one day, if you skip that fast food drive-through only one day, but you go right back to the next day, you're not going to have the physical change you want. You have to do these things consistently over a long enough period of time to acquire the health you want. It's the same thing with the mind. It's the same exact thing with the mind. We have to be consistent in our efforts to change the subconscious false things that have been told to us and the beliefs that we've had over the years, so that we can consciously tell ourselves the abundance, the positivity, the whatever it is that you need to work on. So I really want to thank you again, Mr. Thomas, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of these calls. It really, ACN is a journey. We talked about this before. There isn't a destination, because once you arrive, then you turn around and you want to help other people arrive where you are, if not surpass you, just like Mr. Thomas has a goal for all of us. And when we can use ACN as a tool, not just for financial abundance, but abundance in every other aspect of our life, abundance of joy, abundance of health, abundance of friendship, abundance of positive mindset, all of it. ACN is a tool. Mr. Provenzano, Mr. P said, ACN is a personal development program with a compensation attached. A personal development program with a compensation attached. So you want to grow through this compensation plan? What are you doing to personally develop yourself into the right person, to attract the right people, to serve them so that you can help them have their abundance, and then the universe, God, angels, whatever you want to believe in, will then give it to you tenfold, hundredfold. What are you doing in order to have the right mindset, in order to have the attraction that you're looking for? So, as we all know, Mr. Al Thomas is our fierce leader, amazing. For those of you who are new, I tell everybody, Mr. Thomas is not somebody to take for granted. He's somebody to use as a tool to help us succeed. He is absolutely a tool, and a very capable, willing tool to help us all succeed. So I hope that you are using him in his years of experience and success in decades in ACN and in network marketing globally, documented for his success. So I hope that you are using him and that you're following his lead. You're following his woohoo that he always does, right? And his joy and all of that, so that you can have rubber band money as well. So I'm going to turn this call back to you, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to talk with everybody, and I hope everybody has a blessed day. I hope that you remember that life is about family, friends, and helping others, and ACN is our opportunity to serve and help other people. God bless you all. We'll talk to you next week.